So good morning, fellow people. I'm in my hometown Ivano-Frankivsk in Ukraine, and today I want to discuss with you the Ruthenian Triad. Here, as I sit next to them, and also ask Ukrainian people what do they think about them. So let's dive deeper into it. Let's go. Let's start with who were the Ruthenian Triad. They were a group of 3 Ukrainian intellectuals who lived in Lviv during the first half of the 19th century. They believed that the Ukrainian language and culture deserved to be preserved and respected. That's why they created this group. The group consisted of Vahylevych, Markiyan Shashkevych, and Yakiv Holovatsky. Why were they important? At that time, Galicia was part of the Austrian Empire, and most educated people wrote in Latin, Polish, or Church Slavonic. And Ukrainian language was often viewed as a language for everyday speech rather than a language for literature or education even. And I'm not even talking for those who had no education. Although the Ruthenian Triad challenged that idea, they promoted the use of the native Ukrainian language in education and literature and encouraged other Ukrainians to do the same, to love their history and culture. They collected Ukrainian folk songs, legends, and traditions, and said to Ukrainians, "Come on, Ukrainians, we're gonna promote our language. So let's go. Why should we speak other languages? We have this." What is Rusalka Dnistrova? In 1837, the group published an almanac called Rusalka Dnistrova, or the Dniester Mermaid. It was one of the first books written in Galicia in native Ukrainian language instead of Church Slavonic. And you know what? They couldn't publish it in Ukraine, obviously, because of the censorship, so they had to write it in Buda. Now it is part of the Budapest, and obviously many copies were confiscated by Austrian authorities. Either way, it was risky, but they still did it to share the national Ukrainian culture and literature. So that you remember, the Rusalka Dnistrova is a book published by the Ruthenian Triad. So basically it is the most popular one in the collection. So why is it called the Ruthenian Triad, Ruska Tritsa in Ukrainian? Because the Ruthenian comes from Ruska, and it is an old name of Ukraine. So that's why you don't have to mistake it for Russia, because it has no relation to that at all. So you'll know Ruthenian means Ukrainian. So why does it matter today? Because the Ruthenian Triad proved the idea that the Ukrainian language is something more than just spoken. It deserved to be educated in literature and cultural expressions. It deserved to be remembered. They proved that Ukrainian language can live and deserved to be written. In a short summary for that, the Ruthenian Triad was a group of 3 Ukrainian intellectuals who played a key role in preserving and promoting the Ukrainian language in culture, education, and literature in Galicia in 1830s. They are crucial for our culture and our literature. You remembered, got it? So let's have a walk around Ivano-Frankivsk and see what do people think about them. Let's go! Hello there again. I wanted to interview people and film what they thought about this. But unfortunately I couldn't. Everyone refused me to film them. I don't know why people don't like being filmed so much, but it is as it is. And I appreciate that, yes. But I'm really tired. I asked about 20, if not more, people. And, I didn't just point at the camera. I said some sentences about history. They seemed to agree, but once I said, I'll record a short video or podcast, whatever, everyone had plans. Everyone ran away. One guy literally ran away. So yeah, I spent around 5 hours running after people, and no, I wasn't crazy. I tried to be polite and kind and whatever, nothing false, and I said alright immediately after they said no, etc. Nobody agreed to film a video or podcast, but I did interview people without it. So I'm gonna shortly say what they thought. At the first one, there were two men that remembered something about the Ruthenian Triad. They learned a bit, but don't really remember. They said that these people should be remembered because they have built our future and history. Second was a man that told me that he knows something about the Ruthenian Triad, but not to the end. When I was explaining a bit, he immediately remembered, almost. He also mentioned that people get interested in history too little, especially these days, and he remarked that Ivan Franko is a lot more interesting than Taras Shevchenko, because everyone knows about Taras Shevchenko, but not so much about Ivan Franko. That there was this one lady that said she knows everything, and yeah, she was in a hurry, so yeah. Fourth, there were two other men that said that the Ruthenian Triad is a later part of it, comparing to all other. They said that the other writer and history teacher, Yakiv Holovatsky, is a person that needed that monument, not them. Yes, because in Ivano-Frankivsk there is no monument for Mikhail Hrushevsky. Yeah, that's basically it. My head actually burns, so I'm really tired. I'm exhausted, actually. If you have any advice for future journalists, whatever, please write that in the comments. I'll be interested. And yeah, I asked 20 or more people, and it took me around 5 hours from the moment I left my house. I'm really tired. Maybe that's a reminder to us to not give up. Yes, I failed 20 interviews or so because people weren't comfortable around camera, and that's alright. Although I'm tired, but I have a great experience, and it doesn't mean I'll give up. It just means it's part of my experience. And maybe I'll find some alternatives. I'll try to find them somehow. And I want you to do this too. To try new things, to be afraid, but do them. Because that's how you grow. When I firstly approached first person, I was so afraid, my legs were shaking, my heart was pumping. As I said, it was awful. But after around 3 people, I stopped caring. I was like, okay, where's the another one? Yeah, everyone was in a hurry. But it's alright. At least I have valuable experience. So if you enjoyed the video, you can also subscribe and write a comment below if you like that. And what do you think about that? Bye bye, see you next time. So good morning, fellow people. I'm in my town. Today I sit on a bench in my hometown, Ivano-Frankivsk. So good morning, fellow people. Yes. No. Yakiv Holovatsky, he lived the group. Коротше, мені дуже стрімно. Але знаєш що? Діана, ти з дому з вулиці не вийдеш, якщо цього не зробиш. Поняла? Ти підійдеш мінімум до 10 людей. Ладно, 5. Мінімум. Що далі? Є.